When the COVID-19 pandemic halted the world and put a temporary stop to tourism, this Parisian hotel was turned into a home for many families in need. However, now these families are being forced out with no suitable alternatives.
Did you catch cold? Did you and your children sleep on the streets?
Several weeks ago, Aminata and her 3 children had to leave the room they were occupying. While the children are at school, she comes in front of the hotel to seek help from the support committee dedicated to fighting their evictions. Now that countries have reopened to tourism, hotels want to return to business as usual. In Paris alone, this means that 2,500 people have to leave what has been their homes for 2 years.
Where were you assigned housing after you left this place?
In Montreuil, I tried to explain that my children's school and nursery school were located inside Paris, but the authorities did not give a damn.
The proposed accommodation was so unsanitary that Aminata prefers to sleep in the streets.
It was filthy. There were cockroaches and bed bugs. And I filmed them. I'm so stressed and tired. We have been sleeping outside in the streets for 2 weeks.
This volunteer calls the French hotline number dedicated to finding emergency housing to try and find a solution.
We're talking about a mother who says that her children's living conditions are not acceptable. Do you really not have anything available? Even something extremely short-term? Just for a few days?
Distraught, Aminata ends up leaving with no idea where she and her children will spend the night. Meanwhile, at the Exelmans Hotel, other families have been put up here for the time being. However, this building is scheduled for demolition and has been closed for months prior to the families being assigned here.
We can't sleep here. I bought all kinds of products, including bleach and more, but it's never clean. There are lots of mice and roaches here. It's too much. I've had to buy bags to put all our stuff and protect them. The mice have eaten through everything, even our children's belongings. We bought 2 suitcases to protect our children's stuff in the closet.
In the other room where the family sleeps, the situation is not any better.
There are mice everywhere. The kids have no space, and there are bugs in the carpet, which stinks.
On another floor, Nawa and Ibrahima, parents of 2 little girls, are in the same situation. However, Ibrahima is frustrated because he works and has income.
I filed my housing application on the 31st of May 2022. However, it still hasn't been looked at yet. So I don't know. I have a good salary. It's not much, but I earn 1,500 euros. So surely this could allow me to have a home for my children.
France has a legal mechanism which allows people to assert their right to social housing. 20 to 25% of people in emergency housing are eligible for social accommodations. In this office, activists are trying to help the homeless or those in bad housing situations with their applications.
What is your current situation?
Currently, I bounce around.
So you do not have a place to live. It's called being homeless, without stable accommodation. How long have you been waiting for social housing?
Since at least 2016.
You meet 2 criteria. Waiting for social housing for an unusually long time and are in an urgent situation. The reality is that there is not enough social housing. While waiting for housing, apart from being on the street, people have limited options such as couch surfing or shelters. In the same way that there is not enough social housing, there are not enough shelters. The snake is biting its own tail. People are in emergency shelters because they are waiting for housing. But there is no housing. So shelters are full, and those who need them because they are totally homeless and not eligible for social housing have nowhere to stay.
Those who use the legal mechanism have one objective: see their files placed at the top of the pile. But even in this case, the delays are long. Today, more than 85,000 people whose applications have been approved are yet to be rehomed.